cannot. Just wait. I have to get out because I cannot start from the beginning. That's okay. I think I'll do this. It's fine. All right. So I would like to welcome everyone to introducing mindfulness class. If you're new to mindfulness, it's okay. You are here at the right place at the right time. Because a lot of time you already probably doing something very mindful in your life and you probably not noticing it. So we want to dive into more deeply into the theory of mindfulness. And by the way, if you don't know me, my name's Law. I have a very long name, Law Nimit. And I it took me about 8 months before I can get the certificate to teach. But you have to complete the mindfulness-based stress reduction program. Then you go to 8 weeks in MBSR. Then you go to another 10 weeks in introducing mindfulness. So it took me a while because, oops, sorry, I'm accidentally get out. Sorry, I'm coming back here. I'll try to see video pan. Okay. Now it doesn't move the slide. Let me do something. I'm sorry about the technical problem here. Sorry about that. Hello, Pooja. Joshua, thank you so much for joining. Let me do something with my slideshow here for just a minute. Sorry. Okay, I'm back now here. You can see and you can hear all right? Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. By the way, my name is Laudimit. So we're going to be diving into the principle of mindfulness. And I have to tell you that there might be a lot of learnings for you today. We want you to be comfortable. If you think it's too much, you can back off, walk around, and come back and join me. We want you to also have fun in learning also. So before we begin that, I would like to invite everyone to take a mindful pause here. If you never done one, it's very simple. It is a short exercise for you to center yourself by stopping whatever you're doing. Maybe you can come back to your breath, focus on your breath, and also observing your thought and feeling without judgment. So I would like to invite you to adjust your sitting position. Make sure that you're comfortable in your sitting position, resting your hand on your laps. You can do it with open eyes or softer your gaze, lower your gaze, or just gently close your eyes, whatever you feel comfortable. Take a few deep breaths in and out several times. Breathe in deeply and very gently Exhale out. You may notice the sensation of the air moving in and out of your body. Simply notice how your body feels as you breathe. Maybe you feel the rise and fall of your stomach or the movement of your abdomen. Very gently bring your attention to your whole body. Maybe you notice or feel sensation of your feet in contact with the floor or whatever supporting you. Sensation of your hands resting on your laps. Simply observe and noticing without trying to change it. Perhaps any thought or feeling that arise, simply let them pass without judgment, like clouds passing by in the sky. Notice whatever is happening right now. If your mind wanders, very gently bring back to any sensation, feeling. Take a moment to bring a positive attitude of whatever intention of learning from this class that will be good and benefit my daily life. You may start with the beginner's mind of a fresh, open, and spacious attitude that allows you to see things as if for the first time. Take a gentle, deep breath in and out several times. And return back with a sense of calm and awareness. So we're going to go right into mindfulness here. This is John Kabat-Zinn's concept that mindfulness is exploring each moment with curiosity and open mind. So you can see here that the founder of the mindfulness is John Kabat-Zinn. He is the founder of mindfulness MBSR in 1970. And right now, his MBSR has been using in many hospitals all over the world. So the core concept of mindfulness is present moment awareness. That's the core concept, to be fully present and engage in what is happening right now. rather than being lost in thought. The second one that is very important is also non-judgment. These involve observing your thought, feelings, and sensation as they happen without labeling them as good or bad. The core concept is intention. So we require a deliberate and conscious effort to bring your attention to the present. The other important concept is curiosity and openness. You have to have a sense of openness and curiosity, whatever they may be. So this is the third session of mindfulness. We have learned the first, second, and this is the third sessions. So many of you have not attend first or second, some attend second, not first. So I would like to take this moment to review, if you don't mind. There are going to be a lot of concept for you to learn. The first session that we learn is called paying attention with curiosity and care. We went over to the attention test. We have the video showing how much your attention span is. And so we're not going to go over today, but the attention is something that you can be trained. And you also can learn how to choose what we pay attention to and how we pay attention to it. See, like when we have scattered mind, we can train our attention, not just to follow those scattered mind. We can train our attention to something better. So I want to show you this flashlight practice body scan, which is a very big in MBSR. And also in the meditation, we use the body scan a lot when we first starting the meditation, the guided meditation, because it helps relax our body and mind. And in MBSR, this body scan is very, very important, and it helps you to be aware of direct experience and sensation, attention training, deliberate engaging and disengaging attention, widening and narrowing focus. Notice my wandering, recognize and returning. So we compare this body scan like you shining the flashlight into the body, and you can also zoom in the flashlight to a specific location. Also, we learn in the body scan that kindness beginning to cultivate an attitude of friendliness and care to our experience. So we're going to also do the practice of the body scan, but we're going to try to save time in this third session by grouping together with the anchoring practice. So I'm going to go right into anchoring practice. What is our intention? As you can see, when the boat is in the ocean and the wave of the ocean is so rough to the boat swing from left to right. But if you put an anchor down into the ocean, even though the boat swing from left to right, it's still going to be there, stay there, which is the same way with our mind. Our minds wander, but when we know how to anchor our mind, it will help us to have a lesson thought, lesson monkey mind, and be able to still our mind and be at the present moment. So that is an anchoring practice. You can anchor attention in moment when things feel stormy or busy, or just in moment when you need to reconnect with what is happening right now. It's a place from which you can see more clearly, feel more steady, and be more present. So we're going to also go right into the anchoring practice along with the body scan. And the third one that we learned in the first session is 10 finger appreciation practice. The intention is to activate the positive valence system by noticing small things we could appreciate each day, but normally overlook. See, a lot of time we look at our fingers, we use it every day. But if we learn to do the appreciation practice, it will help us to appreciate even little things in our life. And from meditation aspects is the gratitude and appreciation can bring you to a high frequency. So we're going to also use this appreciation practice so we can feel the sense of appreciation in the body and in many things in our life. Let good facts become good experience. So, like I had mentioned, you study, this is very brief, the fundamental of mindfulness, the body scan, the anchoring practice, and then, oops, sorry, and then 10 fingers appreciation practice. We're gonna do these three practice together instead of breaking them down to save time so we can go right into session 2 and session 3. So I hope everybody can hear me all right. If not, you can send in the chat. Let me see what is in the chat. Okay. All right. First of all, I would like to invite everyone to adjust your sitting position, that you feel this is the most comfortable sitting position. Maybe resting both hands very gently on your laps. Adjust your back and neck to be straight upright to allow better circulation. If you have not done so, you may lower your gaze, soften your gaze, or very gently close your eyes. You may start by bringing friendly interest to whatever you are noticing. We will start by bringing our attention or awareness to the whole body. Maybe you feel the sensation of your feet in contact with the ground, or sensation of sitting. Whatever you notice, simply allow it to be. Just simply notice without judgment. Very gently, we're going to drop and gathering our attention down to both feet at the same time. Notice sensation here for a moment. Maybe some coolness or warm, or even with no sensation at all. Simply notice. If you notice your mind wander, simply noticing where it's gone and gently guiding it back, maybe to the sensation of the feet. Noticing that mind wandering is part of the practice. Letting go sensation in your feet and move it up to your ankles. Feel the ankle bones, ankle joint. Simply notice what is there. Slowly moving and gathering your attention up to both of your legs at the same time. Resting your mind here for a moment. You may notice maybe some tension in both of your legs, some tightness. Simply observing. Letting go the sensation in both of your legs. Moving it up to your torso and pelvis area. Resting your attention here for a moment. Maybe you notice the rise and fall of your stomach. Again, if your mind wanders, recognize where it's gone and gently bring it back. Letting go the sensation in your pelvis area and move it up to your chest, both of your arms and fingers. Resting your attention here for a moment. Maybe you feel some tingling in your fingers. Rise and fall of your chest. Simply noticing whatever is here right now. Dropping the sensation in your chest. Moving it up to your neck. Slowly move it up to your head, your whole face. You may using a sense of flashlight of attention shining on top of your head, moving your attention to your whole body, from the top of your head, slowly and gently down to your whole head. You may bring appreciation to your whole body. That keep you alive and well. So we're going to moving on to the anchoring practice. So unlike the body scan, we're not asking you to scan through the whole body, but instead I'm inviting you to notice which area of the body that might provide a sense of anchor, steadiness, or being grounded. So this is an anchoring practice. Very gently bring awareness to the whole body, including the sensation of breathing, as if you're shining a spotlight onto the body as a whole. Very gently bring your awareness and drop it down to your feet. Exploring sensation here. See, you may notice and sense of steadiness or anchoring here. No need to search for the sensation. Just notice whatever shows up. Spend a few moments here. If you notice any mind wandering, very gently bring it back. Bring it back, maybe the sensation of your feet. If you sense steadiness or anchoring, you may choose that as your anchor point to rest your mind. We can explore further, letting go a sense of the feet and shift the spotlight of attention up to the hands. Again, exploring any sense of steadiness that might be in the sensation here in your hand. Moving up to the sensation of your sitting. Notice whether you sense any steadiness or anchoring or being grounded as you're sitting down. Letting go the sensation of sitting and tuning to any sensation of breathing. Notice whatever is showing up in your body or any sensation in your breathing that you sense any steadiness or anchoring in your breathing. So you can use breathing as your anchor point to rest your mind. The purpose of anchoring practice is to be able to rest the mind somewhere. When your mind wanders, you very gently bring it back to your anchor point, wherever in the body, or any feeling or sensation that you feel steady, anchoring, or being grounded. That also help your mind not to swing from left to right, just like the boat in the ocean. When you drop an anchoring down, it's still going to stay there at the point that you drop that anchoring. And also this practice also can help you in your daily life, in your daily activities, in a stormy time, busy time, that this anchoring will help you to be in the present moment. Bring yourself back to the present moment. So we're going to move right on to the third practice, which is called 10 Fingers Appreciation Practice. We're going to start by asking you to holding the thumb of one hand between the fingers of the other hand. Very gently doing that and sensing your thumb and your fingers. We would like to ask you to bring to your mind one thing in your home or in your room that you're so happy to be there, or just okay in your life. It can be an object like a coffee cup, a picture, a chair, or something else. Just bring to your mind one thing. And as you do this, you may noticing any sensation in the body or any emotion or thought that come in. Maybe you can sense an appreciation, even just a little coffee mug that you use every day, that you overlook. A comfort couch that you're sitting every day. So taking time to appreciate what you have. Now letting go the thumb and holding the next finger. As you do this, you can feel the sensation in the fingers or sensation in the body. This time, I would like you to bring to mind something specific in nature or in your environment that you're so happy, so glad to have in your life. This can be a beautiful backyard or in the park somewhere that you love to go. Can be a sound of the birds or something else. Taking time to notice your feeling or sensation. Perhaps you may sense a sense of deep appreciation of the nature or something else. Now letting go this finger and moving on to the next finger. This time, I want you to bring to mind something or someone specific in your life. It can be your parents, can be your children, your spouse, colleagues, or anyone that you feel appreciate. Have a sense of deep gratitude that you have that person in your life. The invitation is for you to do the rest of the fingers on your own. Anything that you appreciate. And this practice can help you in your daily life to help you to be able to appreciate even little things that you mostly overlook. Returning to the sense of the body as a whole. As you're sitting down, or you can feel the sensation of your feet contacting with the ground or whatever supporting. Very gently breathe in and out. And bring your mind back to the room. So, well, thank you, everybody. I hope this is not too much for you because I put 3 practices together that you experience the body scan, the anchoring practice, and the 10 fingers appreciation. So we're going to go right into the session 2. By the way, when I learned the MBSR and introducing mindfulness, the big concept that I learned, especially with the anchoring practice, we call it 50-50. You rest your mind, rest your attention, awareness inside in your daily activity 50%, inside, and then 50% to whatever you exposed to. And I found that out that it made me be more grounded and not really have a lot of external factor to affect my emotion or my thought or my response. So you might want to try that in your daily life. So the second session that we had learned is changing perspective, learning new ways of being. Let me see, everybody here all right? So if not, just can type in the chat. So this second session is we learn to change our perspective. We're changing from thinking mode to the sensing mode. And we're gonna let you explore the experience of thinking mode and sensing mode by listening to the music in two different ways. So I'm gonna start by first we're gonna listen to this music. It's just gonna be only 1 minute that we listen to the music. So as you listen to the music, I want you to make sure you're comfortable, have a sense of awake and attentive. So the first time we're gonna listen to the piece of music, we want you to try to ask yourself some question. As you listen to the music, what type of music, what instrument are being played, who wrote the music, who's performing, when was it written, whether you like it, are you present or unpresent, or you like it or dislike. So we're gonna listen to the music first time in the thinking mode. If you don't hear the music, please let me know. If it's too loud or too soft, please let me know also. Okay, so that's the first time you listen to the music. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, sorry. So we're gonna ask you to listen to the same music again, second time. So this time we want you to shift from the thinking mode to the sensing mode. And how do we do that? We just take our thought out. We're just gonna use our sense and use our experiencing whatever we listen to. So we want you to let the sound run through you and notice any sensation in the body, any emotion or impulse. Simply experiencing the music When you notice yourself thinking or judging what's happening, recognize where it's gone and then come back to the simple experience, moment by moment of the music. So I'm going to restart the same music. Oh, sorry. I hope you enjoy the music, especially when you shift your mode from thinking to sensing mode. So I just want to see you notice any difference between thinking and sensing or experiencing the music. So from this experience, would it be very useful to shift between the two modes and be able to use in your daily life? So I'm going to move right on to what time the session. We also learn in the second session the 3-step breathing space. We also learn how to practice the 3-step breathing space, which had the first step is becoming aware. See, and then the second step is gathering, and third step is expanding. So this is from like when you experience something or you encounter any experience, you would use these 3 steps to bring you back, to be more grounded by practicing. First, become aware what is going on. Then you're gathering the attention or sensation to an anchor point. Then you would expanding that sensation to the whole body. We're going to do this practice, but we're going to do it in another form after we learn this session 3 here. Session 3 is called responding skillfully. So this session 3 is about reacting and responding. So what is the difference between reacting and responding? You probably can tell right away when you're reacting something, it is automatic. It's immediate. You not stop and think at all. You simply react. So we also learn, instead of reacting, we learn to respond skillfully. So what is responding is you would take a moment before you react to whatever is happening. And then we can also choose to address the situation, not to reacting right away. As you can see here, that in order for you to react, you have to have a stimulus or a trigger. And that is, maybe you can take an example. You're driving on the street and someone just cut in front of you. So you probably would react right away. That is a stimulus. But if we learn to take a pause, we can learn to respond instead of react. So there is a space between the stimulus and response here. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose how we respond. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. So this is from Viktor Frankl. If you are a psychologist, you probably know this gentleman. So we want to be able to shift between the thinking mode to the sensing mode by learning what we call responsive breathing space here. See, when something happened to you, instead of first to react, you're just becoming aware, taking a step back and observing what is happening. And then the second step is also gathering, focusing our attention, maybe a sensation of breathing or in another anchor point. We learn about anchor point anchoring practice. So you can use this in the gathering step here. And the third step is to expanding our attention to include a sense of breath and the body as a whole. So instead of first reacting, become aware, gathering, expanding. So you create a space here. When you do this, you create a space. And the fourth one is responding. How you're going to respond is you will have to pause for a moment. What would be a helpful response? What would support my well-being and the well-being of the other? So we learn the theory, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Now we're going to practice together. So you can be able to use these in your daily life. First, I would like to invite you to be comfortable, sitting without aches or pain. Maybe take a deep breath in and out several times. I want you to gently bring to your mind any reactivity that annoy you or irritate you, just very gently. We're going to go through the 3-step breathing space, and we're going to add the 4th step is the responsive breathing space. So just recognize what's here right now. Body sensation, present, unpleasant. Simply recognize your sensation. What's here right now. Maybe any emotion responding to something, the activity that come to your mind, emotion of like, dislike, worry, excitement, or impulse or urge to do something in the moment. Simply recognize what's here right now. Step 2 is gathering the attention. Gathering your awareness or attention to sensation that feels steady or anchoring. These can be any sensation in the body, perhaps sensation of feet in contact with the ground, sensation of your hands resting on your lap, or even sensation of breathing. Resting your mind here for a moment to gathering and bring to the anchor point. Gathering the sensation and bring to the anchor point. The third step is widening the focus to include the whole body as a whole. Just like you're shining the flashlight to the whole body. Maybe you feel any sensation in the body, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, or just okay. No need to change anything. Simply notice the sensation as a whole in your body. Step 4 is to asking yourself, what would be a helpful response? What would support my well-being and the well-being of others? So very gently, breathe in and out. Bring your sensation back to your whole body and very gently open your eyes. Well, welcome everyone back. So, in summary of the three session one, two, and three here, they build upon each other and very helpful to be able to learn from session one, session two, and three. So, this is the crash course here that we bring three sessions together. So, session one, we focus on paying attention. Session two, perspective, changing from the thinking mode to the sensing mode. And then session three is responding skillfully. You may take these into your daily life by creating a space. Every time when something happening, any activities or something happening, you just create a space. Choosing to respond is instead of react. So I want you to tell the story here. We're almost at the end, so we would still have about 12, 13 minutes. I have the story of the two wolves here. An old grandfather is teaching his grandson about life. A fight is going on inside of me, he said to the boy. It is terrific fight, and it is between the two wolves. One is destructive. It is anger, jealousy, greed, judgment, and ego. He continued. The other is constructive. It is joy, love, humility, discernment, kindness, and compassion. The same fight is going on inside you and inside every other person too. So the grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, which wolf will win? So I'm asking everyone, which wolf will win the fight? So I want to tell you the answer. Your answer might be different. The grandfather simply replied, the one you feed. Well, we got Heather here. We got Pooja said, calm one. Heather said, the one you feed. MVP said, the one you feed. So thank you so much for your answer. So it depends on you. You choose which wolf you want to feed. So we almost in here, and I just want to hope that your journey to these three sessions of introduction to mindfulness has been interesting, and the skill you have learned have proved to be useful. As I have mentioned before, this is continuing practice, like riding a bicycle. You're training a muscle. The more you do it, the more you will see the benefit. That being said, you might not feel that this is the right for you at this time, or that it has been just enough. That's okay too. You may can explore some other practice. There's a lot of mindfulness practice out there that can be also helpful in your life. So I just want to ask you just a short question here. If you would like to share, if not, it's okay also. What would be your take home message for the whole course today? Is there anything that you see yourself that can be able to use some of these mindfulness practice in your life? So you can put in the chat or you can open the microphone and share. I'm sorry that we didn't ask you to do a lot of sharing because of the time limitation. Um, so you're welcome to do. I have Amy P here. Respond, not react. Allow space. Thank you so much. Pooja Sharma, how to be present in the moment and be aware. Thank you so much.
Lar.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Eric. So thank you so much for this presentation. Although personally, these types of learning experience, which I call very academic, very much like, sitting in a university in a lecture or whatever. Personally, I've always found these type of learning experiences to be, for me, not very productive. Uh, I hated I hated going to college, I thought it was mostly 80% a waste of time. And and my it's not what you're presenting, but it's how it's being presented, because I've often found that much of this is simple common sense. And when they create a course that tries to explain it, it's always just broken down into little segments, and it's it kind of teaches you, yeah, this is what it is, but usually it really never helps you on how it affects your own life, or how you should, do things. And again, it's just I don't like academic presentations of stuff, So nothing personal, I love you, and it's really great to try to have an understanding, but so much seems to be just common sense things that we should all pretty much already know. Maybe we don't know it in these exact same terms, but it's just things that should be common sense, and that we should kind of at least, feel, the right way to do things. So, but anyways, sorry to be a little bit of a negative, but I just wanted to, present my honest opinion. And that's why I always like working with most of the monks, because when you work with the monks, you do have the opportunity to be more of a, one-to-one question and answer, and be able to discuss it and whatnot, rather than just being told. Although some monks, especially those who don't know English that well, often just tend to read a presentation, and then that really doesn't translate that well for those monks either. So, anyways, I'm just a 66-year-old guy that I like to learn by participating, by doing, by by actually practicing something and doing something, rather than just listening to someone who has or reading some book where they basically just try to break all into pieces and present it to you. So now I'm
Yeah.
sure that Arena will probably have something to say to me.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. And I can see from your perspective point of view because I'm been meditating 30 years, over 30 years, and I was trained with the World Peace Initiative to learn to teach meditation. So I, s- I can say that I can see the big difference a lot in the meditation and mindfulness. And I also can see the benefits of practicing mindfulness
Hmm.
along with meditation. For example, like in our Dhammakaya tradition, I always learn to anchor my mind by resting my mind at the center of the body,
Hmm.
but I didn't quite understand much. But
Mm.
when I learned this mindfulness, especially developed by John Kabat-Zinn here, I understood the anchoring point, and it
Mm.
helped me a lot. That why do
Wonderful.
I have to anchor my mind? Instead of the mind just telling me, to rest the mind there all the time.
Right.
So I learned to use 50-50 of the mindfulness and then the external, and then like, for example, the body scan. John Kabat-Zinn was the one who developed it. And you can see the guided meditation, the monk use it all the time. But if you learn the concept of the body scan and then you use it in the guided meditation, you understood it very well and be able to do it better. So this is just some of the thought that I share with you. A lot of the things that we learn also in mindfulness is a lot of things, like you said, is common sense.
Right.
But if you are a meditator already, you already ahead of the game.
Yeah.
But if you're not a meditator and you just a new beginner, and then when you learn this concept, like for example, that we ask you to create the space, and I hope the take home on today probably would be that you might remember what I said instead of react,
Mhm.
respond, creating a space.
Well, I
So
think I was just going to say that, again, for me personally, I think it also has a lot to do with your upbringing and with your family and how they taught you to interact with people. I was very fortunate. I had a very loving family and a very understanding family, and my mother and father were also very logical, and they always told me, be careful of what you are saying. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Try to understand, before you make any type of remark or any type of, try to understand why the other person is doing or saying what they are saying before you respond to them or react to them. So for me, these concepts have always been part of my life, to be mindful of what's going around my surroundings, and my interactions with other people out there. And yes, I have noticed that it seems like nowadays we have lost a lot of that common sense approach to understanding life. I think parents don't teach, these basic concepts of being kind and morality and showing respect and trying to understand. a lot of that is gone. And I participate in quite a few online forums and different things, and people are so nasty. They're so mean to each other. And there's no reason to do that. And someone just, it was just last week, someone said that there's probably in the world now only 10 to 15% of people try to be mindful of, what they are saying and what's going around, happening around them. Everyone is just just reaction, and they don't, again, put themselves in the other person's perspective or whatnot. So I guess it's good that people have dissected this and tried to explain it in a very, segmented and academic way, But it's for me, it's like, wow, okay, yeah, makes a lot of sense, but I kind of know it already.
Yeah, I think you're very fortunate that you grew up in that environment. But what
Yeah.
about thinking of people out there in the world?
Yes.
People out
Yes.
there in the world, they don't even know the concept of
Yeah.
react and respond. But
Yeah.
once they learn it, some people might get that right away and
Right.
maybe to use that, and if they further learning more of mindfulness, it will be more
Yes.
beneficial in their daily life. Because to me, it's so hard. Like if we ask people, here, come to meditate, but if I ask people to come to learn about mindfulness, the majority of people. So you would take that, bring people to learn about mindfulness, then they can easily face into
Mhm.
meditation, because even though you're a meditator, like for me, I meditate over 30 years.
Yes.
I have to maintain my mind
Mhm.
every day of my life. And what I use is mindfulness, not meditation.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because meditation is the form of sitting. You sit down and you close your eyes, you contemplate.
Yeah.
But mindfulness, you can do in all activities.
Yes. Yes.
So you can see both are very powerful,
Yes.
So I think that, it's nice that you already ahead of people because you are a meditator, you know. But even myself, I'm 30 years in meditation. But when I learned this mindfulness concept, I said,
Mhm.
oh, I overlooked something,
Right. Well,
and
again,
it's
for me, I think it's the opposite. I think I was raised to be mindful. I was raised, as a human being by my parents and my living experience to always be, observant and helpful and try to be mindful of the situation of what's going on. And because of that, meditation was very easy for me. So for me, it didn't start with meditation and then looking for mindfulness. It's for me, it was I've been always mindful, and that made meditation easier for me. But you're totally right. It's hard for me to maybe understand other people because for me, mindfulness is just second nature.
yeah,
So
thank
and
you. Thank you
so,
so
but
much for
so I do
sharing.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for coming online. You have anything to say, Arena? Thank you.
I just want to say how grateful I am, Larry. You're always a bright light shining to all of us, and I truly appreciate. It's my first time joining, and I'm so impressed and grateful. I just want to know how to watch the other videos and learn from you more. This been very helpful. I'm planning to share some of it with my patients, with my children, because when I say let's meditate for a minute, mindful minute, uh, people try to do that, but it's very hard. And I think when I lay down, now I have the foundation with your help, explain what it actually is, I feel like people take that differently. So I truly appreciate. I think so many people, my patients would benefit from that knowledge that people usually don't want to do what they don't understand. And they do it because if I say that, okay, well, if you ask me, I'll try to do it. But I think with this foundation, it almost like I have a prescription. So I have a backing of a expert for 30 years to tell this works. If you do this regularly, you feel so much better. So Satu, thank you so much. Appreciate.
No, thank you so much. I'm always nervous around you. It's just like you teach crocodile how to swim. You best psychiatrist, maybe in Alabama here. Thank you so much.
Satu, I learned from the best. This all thanks to the collective wisdom.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, I just want to say I really appreciate that. And I love the part that you said about, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was the practice that we did at the end where you said to notice the sensation and then to anchor it and then to kind of like zoom out from it. And that's kind of something that I was sort of doing on my own without really realizing what it was. And you like putting it into words was very, very helpful. So now like I have like a toolkit. So I appreciate that for sure.
Thank you so much. And I will send every one of you the participant handbook. And I also feel that the Mindfulness and Health Institute is very generous. That handbook is very, very detailed. So I will send you that also. So I have something to share for before we leave here. I thank you so much, Carmen. So I want again to thanks everyone of joining your precious time of joining here. So the last thing before we leave the session is that the real impact of mindfulness begins when we take off the cushion and into our everyday life. Each moment offers a chance to return to the present, to pause, breathe, and simply be. Whether you're facing stress, joy, conflict, calm, mindfulness gives you the space to respond with clarity rather than react with habit. Remember, this is a lifelong practice. Someday it may feel easier than others, but every moment offers a chance to begin again. Keep doing, keep practicing, and keep noticing even a small little things beautiful details of your life. So I just want to thanks everyone again, for joining. I truly greatly and appreciate. I I got the grant also from the university, just part of it to learn this introducing mindfulness. So I feel that I should pay my dues. That's why I try to do it every semester with the university. So I appreciate everyone of coming to join us, Eric, Dr. Bukelis, Heather, Melody, Richard for opening the Zoom room. And thank you so much, Richard, Carmen, Brandon. And I think we have more people and they left already. So thank you so much and have a beautiful and mindful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much and have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.